Hello, everybody, and welcome back at the Summer Breeze. It's day 2, and we're here with Caleb from the mighty, mighty Beartooth. Caleb, with me.
Right. One hell of an introduction, man. Damn.
Well, I practiced that before. It's okay. Yeah. No, but
Wow.
but funny fact, we've met before. I think I interviewed you 6, 7, 8 years ago in Turbos when you guys played Munich.
Yep.
You kind of looked different back then.
Yeah.
What happened, man? You look great.
Oh, thank you very much. You know, just trying to do some things to kind of get my life together. Focusing on my health, focusing on my mental health, and therefore my physical health kind of was like the start of all that. I feel like, you know, healthy body, healthy mind. That's kind of what they say, and I found that to be very true for me. So, yeah, just been something I've been working on.
When was the moment that you flipped the whole thing around? And go like, that's it.
Probably around 2 years ago, something like that. It was, I mean, I would assume like for most people, COVID was a very difficult time and, you know, hit me pretty hard. And I just decided I wanted to, you know, make some changes. And like really all of it was just to focus on being able to have better live shows, perform better, write better music. You know, I think it just kind of showed me that when something so beautiful as this gets taken away, you know, I just want to give it 110%. So yeah, that was kind of the catalyst for all of it, I suppose.
You guys, you know, exist pretty much from, I think the start for Beartooth was 2012. But, I mean, you released more records. I mean, the Red Hot Chili Peppers take 7 years to do a record. You take pretty much, you know, just 7 months, pretty much. You go like, oh yeah, the next Beartooth record. It's crazy. I mean, how, and there's a new one coming up. Obviously, we have to talk about that.
Yeah.
How did you do? Is it discipline? Is it the creative energy? Is it both? Is it none of that?
I guess, man, it's a little bit of everything. It kind of flows. Certain times I get into like these creative modes where I just feel like I really want to write, and I'll write, you know, 5, 6, I'll write a song a day for maybe 5, 6 days in a row. And then I'll have times where I feel like I need to take a few months away from it. And I'm just kind of like hitting my head against the wall and I don't really have anything. But I don't know. At the end of the day, in a way, our schedule ends up kind of dictating things as well. You know, we plan things so far in advance. And I just like to kind of manifest stuff. So like, you know, we get a really big festival opportunity or we get a really big tour and I'm like, okay, I want to have a new record for that. And that's kind of my goal. And whether that happens or not is a totally different thing. But, you know, that's kind of, that'll help fuel me to get out some new stuff.
You started with, and, you know, Beartooth is you and you is Beartooth pretty much. That's what I got. But isn't it nice because you always have lineup changes? You have a lot of lineup changes. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Don't you feel better if there's more stable lineups once in a while?
Yeah. Thankfully, we do have one that we've had for a while. Yeah. You know, I think something like this and, you know, the way this is run with kind of it being just me and me kind of like, at least in the studio and, you know, the way this whole thing is structured out, it was bound to go through some changes. And, you know, everybody else also has their own lives they got to live. And, you know, not everybody wants to just be out on the road doing this all the time, which I completely respect. But I think as of now, you know, we got the lineup, in my opinion. It's good. We got some of the best players ever. I'm very, very proud of everybody who's standing on that stage. And, I feel like every show we just get more in tune with each other and we're becoming more of a team. And it's really taken the Beartooth live show to a whole new level.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Do you got a new record coming?
We do.
Title is out already. It's called Surface. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. It's really just kind of the polar opposite of Below. Below was really a COVID kind of period piece record, just about all of the emotions that were being felt throughout that I was feeling and I was dealing with, and kind of my mental state. And I vowed after that record that I would never make a record that kind of dark and sad again. And in turn, through all of the kind of changes that I started making in my own life coming out of COVID, this record just kind of started to be born. And it really is just the polar opposite. And it's very, it's hopeful. And there's positive tones to it, and it's not just miserable and sad. And I'm very happy about that.
The happy is a good word, because I thought I would actually say you're leaning to go, this record is happy.
The record is definitely like, you know, I think really for me, it's about manifesting happiness and kind of, you know, I really do believe that we are very in control of our futures and at least ourselves and the way we feel in the future. And it takes with a lot of, it takes a lot of manifesting. It takes a lot of, you know, just calling things for what it is and deciding things. You know, for me, I think being happy in a lot of ways is a choice. And like, I have to choose to, you know, do these practical things that may be difficult throughout the day, but I know they will make me happier in the long run. So this record's really just about kind of like wanting to manifest that I want to live a happier life from here on out, you know?
So here he comes. What about those fans? They go like, well, that's happy now. I want dark.
You got 4 albums. You got 4 albums and an EP of really, really dark. And yeah, I mean, I do think that was all a really, really important part of the journey. And who knows what the future holds. But as of now, we're in a different place. So I just, you know, Beartooth records are records that I write about what I'm feeling in that moment. And they're all kind of period pieces about my life. And yeah, the Surface is like the last album that's kind of the series of the 5 albums that are my 20s. And yeah, so the end of my 20s and starting into my 30s is a little more of a positive note.
Well, we're all going to be curious and thrilled and excited what's going to happen in your 30s then.
Who knows? But I don't know. Whatever it is, I just hope I have a good time doing it. That's about it.
What's going to happen next in the near future for you guys?
Near future, we have a lot of really cool things that we haven't announced yet. But when the record drops, a lot of that's going to get announced. But as you could assume, there's going to be tours. There's going to be, you know, very special events. There's going to be all the things you could imagine that are going to be happening. So don't worry about it. It's going to rule.
Nice. The last single you put out is I Might Love Myself. Man, that's happy.
Yeah. It's happier.
We talked about this whole subject now, but this is an example of a happy song. Sunshine wasn't that happy. You put in a lot of different modes into this one. How can you put all of this in 3 minutes?
Goodness, I don't know. What, with Sunshine or yeah. That song was really meant to kind of capture the frantic state that I was in when I was still living in Ohio. So I made a big move to California to kind of chase some opportunities and the sun, and in a way to kind of like solidify I want to start living a different life. And yeah, Sunshine is like, the whole point is trying to capture that frantic state of, you know, of feeling kind of crazy and wanting something so bad, but you're still stuck where you are. And yeah. So like, it really is about that duality. That's the whole point of that short song, having so many different moments. Yeah, it's just to like explain through song what it feels like to, you know, want something so bad and kind of be almost losing your mind because you can't like get a hold of it yet.
Is California still that cool?
I love it. It's great. I feel like it's gone from like really cool to like not as cool to cool again to like really uncool. And that's like, I'm kind of fitting somewhere in the middle where like a lot of people have left and have moved to other places. But it's great for me because I just like, I love kind of like quiet and calm, and I'm not like much of a go out and parties and Hollywood and all that. So it's a great time for me to get in. It's just like, you know, I have some great friends and we go out and, you know, we just kind of maybe like drive cars up in the hills and look at nice views and just nerd out about music and enjoy the sunshine. And yeah, but I love it. I could never see myself leaving, at least at this point. It's beautiful.
All right, good. So no more Ohio for you.
Yeah, not for a living, at least. Yeah, that'll be a visits only, probably for quite some time.
I have no more further questions. Is there anything I forgot you to ask? When are you guys coming back for a tour? You gotta announce it later.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we will be.
Yeah, okay.
Don't worry.
Good. Okay.
Yep.
That's it.
Perfect. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate the time.